but like you're probably just going to be more accurate. Like just what? Hello? Bruh, what is this? Are you serious, man? Are we really? Hey guys, what is going on? We've got something actually very, very stupid for you here today. We are looking at the Cooper Carbine again in Season 1. Now we have a completely different build to what we did feature the other day. If you haven't seen that video, make sure you do go check it out. The link will be on the top right of the screen, I believe, so go check that one out because that is probably better than this. But I mean, this Hipfire Only build is just one thing that I came up with while I was feeling a bit crap over the weekend, just sort of looking for something to do. And I was just wanting to level this thing up quickly, so I slapped this together. It's actually a lot of fun and actually really, really effective here. Just before we do get into it, make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on. I do very much appreciate it, and it really does help me out. Of course, we are still looking for 6,000 subscribers, hopefully by the end of the year, and if you could help me achieve that goal, that would be absolutely massive. So this Hipfire Only Cooper Carbine Class Setup is really, really dumb. It's definitely worth checking out though, as it is a lot of fun to actually use this thing. So let's jump into it. So if you have seen the other video that we did make on the Cooper Carbine, you will see the gun in the right of the screen there, and you'll see that that looks a little bit different. As I said, this is a Hipfire Only build. So we do start off with that recoil booster here. This does actually give us a +2 to our fire rate, which is a pretty significant boost here. It does reduce our accuracy, but because we are hip firing, that's not super significant here. In the barrel slot, we do actually have the Gracie Rapid Barrel. This again increases our fire rate as well as giving us a little bit more hip fire accuracy as well. As we talked about already, this is a hip fire only build, and this is a very, very cool option. We can get this thing up to 1,300 rounds per minute in terms of that fire rate, which is lightning fast here. In the optic slot here, we do have something a little bit dumb, which is the M38 Slate 2.5 times custom, which actually does increase our recoil control and our accuracy, which does help us get on target here with that little bit of a boost. We don't typically use the aim down sight too much with this thing, so I wouldn't worry about that. Then in the stock slot, we do have the removed stock for the movement speed and sprinter fire speed increases, as well as a little bit of aim down sight speed increase, which is not what we're going for here, but it is a nice boost nonetheless. In the underbarrel slot, we do have the SMLE pistol grip here, and this does again give us a +2 to our sprinter fire speed, as well as our hip fire accuracy being very, very nice here again. Hip fire only build, you need this one. In the magazine slot, I believe you've got one of two choices here. Now, you can go with the .30 carbine 45 round mags here, as it actually does give you a damage number of 34 damage per bullet at 983 rounds per minute, which is actually a time to kill of 120 milliseconds. But if you do go for the 9mm 60 round drum, you do get 20 damage per bullet, which is again not ideal, but you do get a fire rate of, that we mentioned earlier, of about 1,300 rounds per minute, which does equal a time to kill of about 180 milliseconds. So you can pick and choose what you prefer here. I think it's a little easier to hit shots at the hip fire with the 9mm rounds, but you do way more damage with the 45 round mag, so this is something to consider here. Then in the ammo type, again, we have the compressed rounds, which do increase our fire rate. Again, as we mentioned, this does give us that fire rate of 1,300 rounds per minute if you do take the 9mm, or about 980 rounds per minute with the 45 round mag. Then in the rear grip, we do have the pine tail grip for recoil control, but more importantly, hip fire accuracy, which is very, very nice here. You can also take the fabric grip here for sprinter fire speed and hip fire recoil recovery as well. Then in the proficiency slot, we do have brace here for that initial accuracy and recoil, just so we can hit more shots with this thing. This is not recommended for typically longer range maps or anything like that, so get in those close range maps like your shipments and of course your dust house, and you'll have a good time here. Then in the kit slot, we do have fully loaded here to give us the most amount of starting ammo here. Alrighty, so here we are on everyone's favorite new addition to the game, and that is of course Radar, which is Dome from Modern Warfare 3, if you somehow missed that. Basically, as I said, we are playing with the Hipfire Only build, and you can see the Hipfire accuracy on the screen just there. When we are stood still, it is actually quite small, which is really, really nice. And all you have to do with this thing, like to get reliable kills with this, all you have to do, just get nice close quarters and just start spraying people down. We are actually playing with the 60 round mag here at the moment. I know we talked a little bit about the 45 round mag, but look, I mean, how can you not love spraying people down with bullets at 1,300 rounds per minute? It's just fun. Look at that. Like, he's dying. We even brought out the big scope just in case we ever want to sometimes aim down sight and maybe check this corridor, and then you can just sort of sprint down the end and wait for somebody to walk into you and you just blast them away. You can make this work with, as I mentioned, the 45 round mags, the slightly larger ones that do more damage. You do get 120 milliseconds worth of time to kill with that, and it is absolutely nutty. But as I said in the start of the video in the attachments, it is a little trickier to get those shots on target, as it does make it a little bit bouncier, the recoil a little bit more intense. So it's not ideal, but again, it's one of those things where you trade off that extra damage for that sort of accuracy. It's a little bit of a toss-up depending on how you do want to play the game. We're just going to sit here As we're just gonna sit here and wait for somebody to come to us here. A lot of these situations we can just get into very close range gunfights. Ooh, boy, there was 2 of them. I was expecting there to be oh, we're in trouble here. This is bad. There we go. Yeah, I can't sit there any longer. I've overstayed my welcome there, boys. Alright, we're gonna get out of here. We're actually going on a nice little streak here just to start us off the roof here. But, oh, that's... Naturally, as I say that, I die. We do still have the dead drop, so we can get the dogs in, hopefully, if we get another kill. The dead drop's still very powerful. Just gotta take a little bit close quarters engagements here. Hopefully nobody on this side. We can just spray him down and get the dogs. There's a guy over here as well. Hello? What's that guy up to? He's just minding his own business and we just come out. Ooh. Okay. Alright, we got the advanced UAV as well. Again, that is making this quite easy. There's a guy down there. It's not the worst thing to aim down sight with this particular build, but it's definitely not recommended. Like, you're probably just going to be more accurate. Like, just... What? Hello? Bruh, what is this? Are you serious, man? Are we really... Okay, we'll try and avoid that part of the map. We sort of wasted some of our kill streaks there because of old Exploity McGee up there. That's not very fun, but, you know. Again, I'll say it again. This is probably why Activision Blizzard and stuff, all these companies shouldn't be, like, laying off all of their, like, quality control, quality assurance teams, the people who actually test the games. That's actually kind of important. Games don't just sort of work out themselves with development these days. They're all so complicated and everything that it does take a little bit of testing to make sure everything's working, especially with stuff like that. Because, I mean, that's not fun. Like, having something like that happen, that's not fun. Alrighty, so we are here on Bocage here, I believe this map's called. You can see that we can get a nice little kill on that guy there. This is going to be the sort of the second gameplay of the video, as the first one was a little bit wrecked by old matey glitching into the roof of that map of radar, which is, again, not ideal, but, I mean, it happens. It is what it is. That's probably why as I said, the quality assurance, the testing team probably shouldn't get, probably should have a bigger role in the companies, and they shouldn't fire all of the quality testing, like, all that stuff. They should get those guys around. They test and sort of break the maps, and then they tell people how to fix them. It's pretty simple. It's been around for literally years. Game testers, absolutely crazy here. You can see we did switch over to the 45 round mag, so again, we do have a slightly slower fire rate here and a little bit harder to control recoil, but again, recoil is not super important with something like this, as it is literally just point the gun and shoot it at people. So you can get 120 milliseconds worth of time to kill with this thing, because getting those 3-shot kills at 980-ish rounds per minute is actually lightning fast for this game. Like, that's super fast. Trade-off that you do sort of get him around that corner again. If you are getting in situations where you do find yourself people like that, just like walking into people, you're for the most part going to get a few kills here. That's bad. Just gonna halt the roll. Jump into here. Oh, the timing was terrible. Apparently he knew exactly where we were. The timing was absolutely terrible for us there. That was ridiculously bad. Guy just in the window here. Take him out again. Just very close calls. This is basically like a shotgun. But again, you can get pretty fast kills, man. You can get pretty fast kills here. I'm not gonna walk up those stairs. I'm gonna say, I knew you were waiting for me, my guy. Then we walk into a second or third enemy, man. We've been a little bit hello? An enemy dog? No, we're just gonna... Alright. Alright, so we're gonna have another little run around here and see if we can get any more kills with this thing, mostly because we can just want to get in those close quarter situations again and just start hit firing at people. Like, it's a lot of fun. Like, this class setup might not be the best one in the game, but I mean, it's fun. Like, it's definitely okay. Like, it's not one of the worst class setups that I've ever made. Like, it's a little unreliable. Like, hip firing is inherently unreliable. Like, that, it is what it is. Like, there's nothing really you can do about, like, the hip fire accuracy. Like, you can't make it that accurate in this game. Like, there's not really enough attachments for it. But I mean... Like, trust me, try this out. It's a little bit better than you're probably thinking. Like, you just look at this and go, like, nah, it's dumb. It's dumb, it's a gimmick. It's okay. It's, like, not the best class setup I've used in the game. But if you're looking for something to do with the Cooper Carbine, something a little bit different, to just have a fun time in Call of Duty, have a go with this, and we'll have our final thoughts on this in just a second here. Yeah, sit down, dude. Sit down. So as you saw there, guys, this is not my most intelligent class setup by any stretch of the imagination, but the Hipfire Only Cooper Carbine is actually a lot of fun, especially when you do have that super high fire rate of that 1300 rounds per minute. You do get an insanely fast time to kill of 120 milliseconds when you do have that sort of 45 round mag attached. So it's a little bit of a coin flip here which one you choose, but the Cooper Carbine is still a fantastic weapon in Vanguard. Again, thank you very much for watching this one. I do massively appreciate it. Of course, make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on if you've not already done so. I do very much appreciate it, and it really does help me out. And hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye!